Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, December 26th. Friendly reminder, the markets are closed on Wednesday for Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the markets closed earlier today because day before Christmas, they closed at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that's why I'm already doing it. And that's why you don't see as many candles here because we did not have a full day of trading. Second, this candle right here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market is still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then finally, I will be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol AVGR. Nice mover today, really came to life, and now we have a solid pattern here moving forward into the future. So let's get this pattern mapped out. So first part of the pattern would be this resistance area right there. And the next part, we have this area of support right there. Change that to green to represent support. And then just to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, and then we have this big upwards move right there. And then for you golfers, try to make it a little bit more visual for you. Put the golf ball down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes up here and pushes up through that level, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible scenario. So if you like this price range down below $5, you like bull pennant patterns, definitely keep an eye on it for Thursday. Next one here, ticker symbol RGTI. And now this one has become one of these situations where, let me actually take a step back. As I put this line in play right here at the $12.30 mark, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to imply that's a special talent on my part or a great discovery. The exact opposite. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same exact level and wondering the same exact things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And that is exactly what we have right here. You can see that once, twice, 3 times the price has come up to that level, gotten rejected. So while that still doesn't guarantee anything, it does make it more than plausible to think that if the price were to come back up here and break through that $12.30 mark, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure, even if it's just from breakout traders saying, I'm a breakout trader. Oh, look, that's breaking out. Therefore, I'm supposed to buy. Therefore, I am going to buy just because it's breaking out. And people just buy for no other reason other than that. So 1230, a very interesting level headed in to, I was going to say next week, but not next week, headed into Thursday. So keep a close eye on that. And then in terms of areas of support, continue to watch that purple line there, 50-period moving average, and then the pink line down there. But in my opinion, at least by far, the most interesting dynamic, especially after today's price movement, and that rejection right there is $12.30. Can the price get up through it and break it? We'll see what happens. Next one, ticker symbol GTI, and good solid pattern here. Yeah, there's been a bit of a pullback, but nothing major, and still, even after the pullback, well above where the price was just the past couple of days. So all in all, has essentially created another little technical pattern here. So top part of the pattern, put up here, is at that area of 0.74, so 74 cents, top area of resistance. And then in terms of the support area, we have a trend line right there. Let me get that in play. And then just so we can make this as easiest to see as possible, I'll change it to one color. So there's our resistance. There's our support. There is a big upwards move. There is a golf hole. So yeah, you guessed it, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is that this one just happens to be on a penny stock. So if you prefer to just trade penny stocks, but you do like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one here, HOUR, and we have ourselves another well-defined pattern. So I'm going to go through these ones a little bit quicker. I want to respect your time as much as possible, and you've heard me, talk about this stuff already. So there is our resistance. Here is our area of support, which is, so this pattern's a little different, as you'll see here in just a moment. So change that to green, and then to make this same color. So resistance, support, upwards move here. Now this is, at least in my opinion, I would not call it a bull pennant pattern. I would call it a bull flag. But don't get too bogged down in the terminologies, because at the end of the day, the psychology is essentially the same. There's a big surge up. There's been a pullback. Now it's consolidating. And the same question just remains, is this consolidation healthy and will ultimately lead to another break to the upside? We'll see what happens with it. So here we have a slight difference, not a bull pennant, but a bull flag pattern. Next one, LAES, and this is a little tricky to talk about because it's all about perspective. I mean, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within, 7 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart's looking pretty rough. But assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with a pullback here, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build higher bases. And we actually have a perfect example of that here based on a foundational rule in charting. And if you watched the previous video, you hopefully remember me talking about $5 as that area of resistance. But with the price now above it, you would want to see it act as support, and that's exactly what happened here. I mean, so you could throw this into a textbook for technical analysis. Broke above it, came down, and then never hit it exactly, but got very close and did a great job of just going sideways right at that level. So that is the newest area of support. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level. But if the price were to fall below 5, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or anything like that. From the overarching standpoint, just continue to watch that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line will move itself higher and higher. So as long as the price stays above that line that's moving higher, well then by definition that implies the price is also moving higher, which by definition would imply that the price remains in an overall uptrend. So yes, preferably speaking, stay above 5, but from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price is above that purple line, that's what you want to see. And then in terms of areas of resistance moving forward, party essentially stopped right up there around $6.10. So I would call that the key battleground moving into the remainder of the week. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then get signed up for this free class. It's totally on demand. You can watch it whenever best fits into your schedule. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description section you can use to click on get signed up. Or if you're watching right at my website, then just use that link right on the page. But like I said, click that link, submit your email. We'll send you a link, and then you can watch the class whenever fits best into your schedule. Next one here, ticker symbol NVDA, and nice move today. Again, I should take a step back. Depending on your perspective, day traders that were buying right there, looking for some sort of quick scalp, things didn't turn out too well for them. But grand scheme of things, higher highs, higher lows. I'm going to go ahead and just move this level up, and whenever levels of resistance need to be adjusted in the upwards direction, that is definitely always a good thing. So 142, main battleground headed into Thursday. And then just from a pattern standpoint, as mentioned, yes, there was this pullback here that did occur, but what was happening before the pullback? Well, the price was down here. It's made a nice move up. So essentially, bigger picture-wise, looking at multiple days, we have a bull flag pattern. And to reiterate, I fully understand. If you're a scalper that bought right there, there's nothing bullish about this chart. Yeah, that's true. For you, there's nothing bullish about this chart. But for others, they could be looking at, and they would be looking at, this bull flag pattern. So all in all, yes, NVIDIA did pull back today, but bigger picture-wise, bull flag pattern. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and what a fantastic last 30 minutes here of the day. You can see that not only is it a good solid green candle, but it's actually broken up through that red line, which I talked about previously as resistance. That resistance being right there at 457.50. So on that note, just basic update. When levels of resistance are broken, you want to see them act as support. So preferably speaking, moving forward, 457.50 holds. With that being said, as I mentioned earlier, if the price falls below there, that doesn't mean the chart's destroyed or anything's necessarily wrong. But yeah, if you were to ask me what make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward, that would now be if the price can stay above 457.50. So fantastic breakout, and now it's really just a question of, is this breakout the start of something even bigger for Thursday? Is this momentum going to build? That all remains to be seen. In terms of areas of, if the price does pull back, then yeah, ideally you'd want to see the price stay above that purple line if it was sort of any pullback. But as right now, the momentum is clearly in the upwards direction. In terms of next potential battlegrounds and resistance levels, next main level to watch right there around the 466.65 mark. So keep a close eye on that. But yeah, you really couldn't draw up a better day today. You couldn't really draw up a better final 30 minutes with that breakout of the resistance. Next one here, LCID, and once again, one of these that it's all about perspective. Scalpers, day traders that bought right there, yeah, things are not looking so good because there was this pullback here. But if you do care about the bigger picture of things, then overall you still have plenty of higher lows. So if I just squeeze things out, you can see, and we'll just start from right here, but you have a set of lows there, you have lows there, you have lows there. So even with this bigger pullback, and if you envision these as stair steps very still much so in the upwards direction. So big picture wise, things are still fine. In fact, if you're someone that likes to play pullbacks, if you like to find uptrends, but you don't like to buy at that peaks because, if you're concerned about chasing the price, which is a totally valid concern, And if you still do believe in the trend, well, I mean, here you go. Here's your pullback. And pullbacks on this one have been very profitable to buy. Right there, that was profitable. Right here, that was profitable. Right here, that was profitable. Does that mean that this one for sure is going to be profitable? Of course not. There are guarantees. But there is a track record right now of pullbacks being profitable. So if you still do believe in the overall trend and you like to buy pullbacks, then I would say keep an eye on this one. Next one, BAOS. And this was a very dynamic, very crazy chart. Today, now things are looking, like I said, they're not ruined, but it's definitely entering some interesting territory that I'm not going to call a do or die level, but certainly very important. And I would call that gap close location right there at 660 an important level. And to be fair, so far so good. In fact, that's right where the price came down there in the power of charts. Close that little miniature gap right there, bounce off of it. Although as I speak right now, the price is coming back down towards it. So that it would be, the first question mark in my mind. Is the price going to be able to continue to hold 660 moving forward into Thursday and beyond? We'll see what happens with it. If it doesn't, then it does kind of fall into this bigger no man's land where there's not really any other areas of support until down there. That's not to say if this level falls, it's dropping straight to that level. But it is just to say that technically speaking, there aren't any other areas that you could suggest might be an area where the price could find some support. If the price does try to curl back upwards and bounce, main area of resistance in my mind right up there around the $8.60 mark. So if you like volatility, if you like stocks that have the potential to move and move very quickly, then I'd say definitely keep an eye on this one for Thursday. Next one here, SOUN. I'm taking a little bit of a different approach to this one. Usually I don't look at too many multi-day patterns, but this one has a big enough track record of just first off demonstrating it is in an uptrend. And we just, to be quite frank, have a nice clean pattern here. So yes, this is a multi-day pattern. So this is assuming you care more so about a multi-day view of things, but we have our area of resistance right there. And then we have an overall uptrending trend line right there. So let's get this mapped out. So again, we have our resistance, we have our support. The price was down there. We've had the big move up. We have the golf hole down here. And I'm looking at it, like I said, not only a multi-day, but a multi-week bull pennant pattern. So if you consider yourself more so a bigger picture trader, even if you're a day trader, you could still take this and use that to make decisions within a day trading strategy. But as far as just the presentation standpoint and what I'm pointing out here, yeah, this would be a multi-day, multi-week bull pennant pattern. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a moment. But again, for you stock traders out there, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can and should be used, then again, go get signed up for this free class. Like I said, it is on demand, so you can watch it whenever best fits your schedule. So just click the link down below if you're watching on YouTube, or just click the link right on the webpage if you're watching this at the site. And like I said, go watch the class and fit it into your schedule whenever that may be. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here, I'm on the 4-hour time frame, so each one of these candlesticks here represents 4 hours and not 30 minutes. That's because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So by looking at longer time frames and then walking through some broad questions, and that'll help keep this, like I said, relevant for as long as possible. But as I speak right now, quite the move. And this is where I'm jealous of those of you that are watching this, 15, 20 hours from now, maybe even longer from now, is you're going to have a much better idea, because the question mark right now that you're going to have to ask yourself is, where's the price at relative to that purple line? So if you're watching this video, like I said, 24 hours from now, and you're saying, well, Clay, the price is now all the way up here. All it's telling you is that this bounce in Bitcoin here has not only maintained those gains, but it's gotten that much stronger. So common sense will take you far in that regard. But like I said, in my opinion, that's where the question starts. Where's the price at relative to the purple line whenever you are watching this video? The further up above it, the more, the more confidence you should have in this bounce, because, well, that just implies that the bounce has gotten that much larger. Now, maybe you're saying, well, Clay, actually, I'm watching this and the price is down below that purple line. All right, not necessarily the end of the world, but next, kind of just to make sure, well, where's the price at relative to the 92,000 mark down there? I'd be surprised if you're answering it in this way, but if somehow you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below here, that would be not good at all, because think about what that implies. That implies that this bounce here has not only been wiped away, but it's been wiped away to push it down through that level. Again, I'd be surprised if you're answering the question in that way, but nonetheless, you'll still want to take note of it. Or maybe say, well, Clay, no, the price is still above here, but it is still down below that purple line. So in other words, the price is somewhere right around here. That's just some sideways consolidation. And that, that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's certainly not a bad thing either. It just implies that the price is chopping around. But as right now, yeah, as I speak, no doubt about it, a lot of strength. Is there more strength to it? if is 15 hours from now the price going to be all the way up here? Like I said, I'm jealous of those of you that are watching this later on because you're going to have those questions already answered. But as right now, I'd keep your eye on those levels, walk yourself through those questions, and that'll keep this analysis relevant until I'm back to update it again in the future. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to definitely get signed up for the free live class or it's not live this time, it's on demand, but get signed up for the class as what you'll learn can and should certainly be applied in the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So like I said, it'll be on demand. When you click, just submit your email, and that will send you a link to the class so that you can watch it whenever best fits your schedule. So thanks for watching. As always, if you appreciate these top 10 videos and you're looking for a super easy way to support the channel and super free way, if you could consider hitting that subscribe button, that really does help out. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you back in the next couple of days.